Hi everybody, this is Joe. I'm here to do a video on narcissistic personality disorder. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to not to be obsessive over your narcissist. And this could be in many cases or so, especially to the ones that's out there who, who had a spouse or who got a spouse, they with the person, or if they broke up with the person or so. And it could be in many other cases, if you're dealing with a narcissistic person or whatever, there's many ways where you could become obsessive over someone or so, especially narcissists or so. And I'm here to tell you that if you are in this phase or so, this is normal. This is all right. It's normal. This is normal for this to happen. And I could tell you, and I could actually tell you in this video how this had happened, how you got in this phase of so. And I could say subconsciously or so. There's this saying that they say is that people always want what they can't have. People what they want. If I'm saying that right, people want the most is what they can't have. So that being said, when you was dealing with the narcissists, they more did a thing of where they had a carrot on a rope or so, and they got this carrot dangling in front of you, and each time you reach out for this carrot, they snag the way towards them more. They let you get a little, you get a little bite and that's it, and they just snatch it away. So by this tactic happening, whatever, it's more of a tease. So in that analogy or so, there's a lot of things that the narcissist had done, throughout the relationship you was in with them or so. They could have been doing things as far as they giving you time, and then they pull back their time from you, and they will give you attention. They pull back their attention from you. They give you little bits and pieces. They play with your hopes. They play with your emotions. They make you all these promises, and some of these promises haven't, been fulfilled, or some of these promises being halfway fulfilled, keeping your mind in a suspense or so. And so what happened is, and then what happened along the time or so, everyone have an ego. You can have a good ego and you can have a bad ego, and the ego is not in the case, but everyone have an ego or so. And what happened, the narcissist had messed with your ego, and I'm not trying to say you have an ego in a bad way. It's a good ego. You can have a good ego about yourself. The narcissists do a lot of things, especially in the, the idealist phase or so. They flatter you and they make you feel good about yourself. It's your ego. And what happened, the narcissists toy with your ego. They will feed your ego, and then at the same time they will attack, in another sense, they attack it. They attack your ego. So what happened is that you try to you get in this effect. I want to say you get more in this thing of you try to prove things to yourself. It's this thing that's happening. It became a challenge to you, and you finding yourself not winning. You finding yourself that the narcissists, they put all these challenges up on you, and you feel like you have to defeat all these challenges to prove something to yourself, to validate yourself or so. So that's what happened as far as you had got obsessive over this. And I'll probably, what I'm going to do is mention a lot of things, specifically what are the causes, or what are the things that you may be obsessive on as far as dealing with the narcissist. It could be in cases as a woman dealing with a narcissistic man, or in a case as a man dealing with a narcissistic woman or so. And you have, like, in many cases, and this could work both ways around as far as, a healthy man or a healthy woman dealing with a narcissistic person or so. Or it could be with, just a friend or whoever. It's many different cases, like I said, or so. You have it where you have the narcissist, and what they do is that they give everyone attention. They flirt with other people or so. And right there, it's arousing a lot of jealousy. Jealousy in you, where you find yourself competing with this person. You find yourself, what is it I got to do to be just like this person, so you could get you could give me this type of attention. Right there, subconsciously, could get you obsessed on this person. So now you are obsessing on this person because you see in this person giving everybody else validation. So right there, it puts you in this state of mind of looking at this person not inferior, looking at this person, superior. So you start to get obsessive over this person on that. And then you have in many cases or so, it's with a guy or so, you can have this woman, as far as visuals, because men are so, if there are women out there who don't know or whatever, men are very physical. Men are physical beings, and so men pay a lot of attention to a woman, a woman physically. It could be in a lot of ways. That's why a lot of times where a guy have, it's a sexual thing with them dealing with a woman or so, because a guy is physical. And there's some guys out there who probably can't really wrap their mind around a woman or so, or whatever. A woman, they're more mental, they're more emotional, and they're more mental or so. That's why, a woman, if you ever notice, a woman, they more, when they into a guy or so, they like to spend more time with that guy, and whatever the guy say to a woman, they looking forward for that, the woman looking forward for that or so, or whatever. So that being said, when you are dealing with the narcissist, this back to the guy or whatever, when you're dealing with the narcissist, what happens, you see this woman, where you see this figure or so with this woman or whatever, and you see in this woman, they out, they sharing themselves with this guy or whatever. And I'm not really meaning that sexually, but in another, in many cases I can, but at the same time not, is that someone you think that you feel that supposed to be yours, they out sharing themselves with everybody else. So that's even just their time, or them just being around another guy. So what happens, you start to obsess on this. You start to obsess on that or so. And, to the ladies that's out there, when you're dealing with a guy, you have this guy that's doing things for this woman that they're not doing for you. And, all the stuff that you've done for this guy, and all the stuff that he made, all these promises or so, and you done worked so hard doing this stuff for this guy, and you're not getting what you deserve. And here go this other person, they doing all the other things for this other person. So now, it kind of having you obsessing on it. You obsessing on this guy or so. And I could tell you, now all that being said, I just said a lot of tactics. So I know there's more. There's a lot of tactics, what tactics that cause you to be in this, in this phase. And like I said before, I'm going to take it right back to the beginning again, the saying of everyone want the most is what they can't have. So everyone want the most of what they can't have. And everything I just named is stuff what they doing is the give and take, the tease, I'll throw a little bit out there, I'll play with your hopes or so. So this what causes you to be obsessive or so. So to get out this situation, so and this won't be easy. This may take a little time, depending on how you can wrap your mind around this, and depend on where your emotions are at, and your obsession and your lust, and have a lot to do with the inferior feeling that you felt, because by this time the narcissist appear to you superior. Everything you've done, and you feel to yourself that the narcissist is your weakness, but you're not effective to the narcissist or so. So I'm going to give you, more of awakening on the real reality on what's going on. So maybe this will awaken your mind or so when I say this or so. This the first thing to come to reality on, to just, to get out that facade with your mind, all these tricks and manipulation and all these mind tactics that happen to you or whatever. The narcissist will never spend time with one person. No matter how much they spend time with you, no matter how much they did a lot of things with you or so, you will. What's happening is that you felt like that this person gonna be yours, and you had this fantasy world that you had in your mind, this fantasy dream that you were looking forward to. And the real reality, what's happening, that you've been toyed with so long, waiting for that, and all these bits and pieces and play with your hope. Some of this stuff could have been happening for months, and it could have been happening for years. It never came to that. The real reality, it never was going to come to it. It wasn't real. It's a fake. It's all a fake. The narcissist is not capable of this. The narcissist is not capable of this or so. So it's all a fake. So that being said, what you're obsessing on or so, it never was going to come to it. It never was going to come to it. And another way is this too. Everyone the narcissist was telling you about that, try to have you feeling that all this other stuff is better than you. It could be anything. It could be this person could be better than you. They got this. They got more of this. They know more of that, and all that. Tell you the truth, and most of the time, what happens, narcissists wash away your self-worth or so. The real reality, that's not true. You probably is just as equal as these people, maybe even more. That's what the narcissist got you thinking, because that's what they want you to believe. And they saw you second-guessing yourself. They saw you doing that. And even if you were standing up to yourself about it, you got to remember this. A narcissist got a lot of fight in them. This is what they live to do. They live to make people, they live to make people miserable. They love making people miserable because it makes them happy. So as far as you thinking this or whatever, there's no one out there, that's doing it better than you or got it more or got it made. You are just as equal as these people. The narcissist brainwash you to believe that. So don't believe this about the narcissist when they say that. Even though they out there, they doing this, all this other stuff or whatever, the grass on the other side of the rainbow is not green. So don't allow this narcissist to believe that. You got to understand this. Narcissists always have broken relationship. Anyone who get with a narcissist will be miserable. I can promise you that. So if they rubbing it in your face or trying to have you thinking or put all these type of twisted ideals that they're with someone and they spend all this good time, trust and believe, if that person know what they're getting into, they will run and don't look back. They will start picking up on this person, and they will start getting hip to this person. They will start trying to get away from this person. Either that going to happen, or either this person will get trapped in and get warped in and go through all the abuse and everything that you went through. Or so basically what I'm trying to say, the person would not be happy with this other person. So just remember that. And another thing to always remember as well, as far as all these tactics and these tricks that your mind had done because of what the narcissist had done over you or whatever, nobody don't want the narcissist the way you think they want the narcissist. Nobody don't want the narcissist the way you think they want the narcissist. And I will break this down to help you understand, because you are seeing the illusion. You are seeing the facade. You are seeing the illusion. The narcissists, they are good manipulators, and they can make themselves seem so big and so superior. But once the person find out about them, trust and believe they will have the same type of thoughts that you have or whatever. And if you know what I mean, they be on the same level or whatever. Depending on the person they get with or whatever. But they don't want the narcissist. No one wants the narcissist the way you think they want the narcissist. And what I mean by the narcissists know that is that deep down the narcissists have this void, and they know the real them. Nobody would want the real them if they find out who they really are or so. So the narcissists have this arrogant attitude of everybody wanting them. It's because of the facade. It's because what the narcissists see is that you're pondering over them, that you're obsessing over them in whatever type of way. The narcissist can sense this, and they know this. This will give them this arrogant attitude. But deep down, the narcissists already know that, that void they have, the real them, their soul. No one would want to have anything to do with them, in this type of sense of them being the real person that they really are behind that mask or so. So the narcissist can come off very arrogant or so, because they already done that trap you in to this facade, into this fantasy world about them. So they see you obsessing on this. So this give them energy. This give them a boost to make themselves feel good. So don't be fooled by this. If they come off like this, it's because they very delusional on believing this, because they seeing this obsession coming from you. So that's why they come off in this way, where they so arrogant on this. But deep down, the narcissists know the true them, the real them, and they know people wouldn't have anything to do with them of that. So they cover this part of them up. They manipulate people and they fool people in this area. So that's why this is the way it is, or so. That's why they always got to manipulate. That's why they always got to mislead people. You, on the other hand, don't have that. Don't have that problem. When you get with someone, you can be yourself, and someone will love you for that, and they can accept you for that. The narcissist cannot do that. So if you get with someone and you find someone else, they will accept you, and they can love you for it, and they will appreciate you for it. The narcissist can't do that. The narcissists, they have to fool people. They have to mislead people, like I said before, to do this. So if the narcissist got you thinking everyone after them and everyone want them or so, they doing a lot of manipulation. Everybody don't want the narcissist the way you think they do. They got to hide behind things. They got to hide behind materialistic things. If it's a guy, they got to manipulate people. The women do this as well. Most of the time the woman always try to hide behind their figure. They use their body or so to do this, because they know men could be easily seduced or so. And they know this, so that's why they do this. And narcissistic guys know what women want to hear. So they say things because they know what women want to hear. So that's why they do this. But women got good intuition or so. So they will figure the guy out or so. And another thing as well, when you're dealing with a narcissist or so, as far as you getting over your obsession, and that is to never see the narcissist for face value. What happened with running through your mind and stuff, when you've been with the narcissist have brainwashed you, and confused you out your sanity, have you doubting your perception and everything, and now you are in the narcissist world or so. So now everything the narcissist say will sound so big, and it will sound like it means something or so. So anything they say, you will believe, and you'll take heed to it or so. And it's always good to take heed to things, but there's just certain things where it's not even real. So you looking at something that's not even there. You taking heed on something that would never happen or so. This is what the narcissist had done or so. So a lot of stuff that's happening when they're going away, or if they just put you in a discard phase or whatever, a lot of stuff ain't really happening or whatever. And you probably sitting back, you wonder what the narcissist doing, or how they doing, or what they doing with everybody else. Trust and believe. And always keep this in mind. The narcissists are miserable. They are miserable people. And misery loves company. No one will be happy with the narcissist. No matter if you've seen the narcissist someplace for a quick second, they with their friends or family or this or so. Deep down, the narcissists know, there's a lot of void in them. A lot of void in them, and they afraid to go in that room by themselves. And I don't mean that literally. They can't stand being by themselves. They don't like being alone. They need to be around people because they don't like to think. They don't want to think about all them things, no matter how many gifts they got, no matter how many things they receive, no matter how many people they be around or so. They could be around a whole bunch of people like celebrities or so, or be the life of the party. They do not like being by themselves. It was just them and their own mind. Their own mind is enemy and torment to them. Torment to them. So just keep that in mind. And most off, you got to remember this or so. If you're obsessing on a narcissist, this will be awakening. The narcissists really don't love themselves. And you have some narcissists say they do. Like, that's not true. I do love myself. The type of self-love a narcissist got, and I say this in a couple of my videos or so, is self-love of self-praise. And I will break this down, what type of self-love this is, that is different from the love that you have for yourself. A narcissist need praise because they want attention. A narcissist always seeking attention. So what they do is that self-love is that they feel they are superior, but they don't feel superior enough. You know, whatever energy they could get out of them whatever energy they could get out of people, they will get out and they get that satisfaction, at that time. So maybe at that time they are all right, but it goes away. Nothing lasts with the narcissist. So basically, by that being said, if you feel that you not loved or the narcissist never loved you, you feel like that you never, won a love over anything like that, the narcissists don't even love themselves. And that's that true them, that true self, their soul, that their soul as far as them, it's torn up. They lost. They're in a, they're in a world. They're in a fantasy world. And don't allow anyone or a narcissist to tell you that that's not true, because most of the time a narcissist, they set a lot of high expectation of themselves because they feel like they got to keep up with the Joneses and keep up with everybody. But as far as the narcissist or whatever, deep down they're not happy. They're not happy people. They may smile and may do a lot of things, but if narcissists are happy people, then why they do the things they do? If narcissists are happy people, then why they want to make other people miserable? If narcissists are happy people, why they always want to take and take and take, and they don't want to see no one else happy by giving and giving and giving. So that's something to think about right there. So the narcissists, why if you obsessing over that, the narcissists don't even love themselves. So if they can't love themselves or respect themselves, how can they respect you? And another thing, sexually or so, with a narcissist, sex, as far as to you is different. Sex to a narcissist, this may be crazy to sound, but they can emotionally disconnect. And I'm here to let you know there ain't nothing wrong with you at all. There's nothing sexually wrong with you or anything, or it ain't that you are sexually unattractive. And so they may try a lot of tactics. You may have some that even try to, shame you sexually, whatever. Remember, it's just only a trick to keep you beneath. They try to make you feel bad about yourself. This is something that they doing, and narcissists get bored, and it don't mean that it's something you doing, to make them bored. They just like this at every aspect. So that being said, so when it comes down sexually, whatever, narcissists, if you ever feel like they're having any type of sexual relationship with anyone, and you take a lot of stuff to heart and you ask yourself, is something wrong with you? You feel unattractive or anything like that? Got to remember, narcissists anything goes. Narcissists will sleep with anybody. Narcissists, they just really out there. You have some narcissists, you probably don't be surprised, if it's a guy, he could be homosexual. If it's a woman or so, they probably already had, sex with another woman. I mean, they got exploring minds, and they done basically everything under the sun. A lot of this stuff they keeping away from y'all people or so. So just, the narcissists, no telling what they have done or how many people they done things with or so. So sex to them is more of a tool. Sex to them is more of a thing where it put them in line. You have some, guy narcissists or so, it's like a drug. It's nothing special. It's like if they were a woman, the woman, sex to a healthy woman is something sacred to her, and, you know, her spouse, her man, her boyfriend, or whatever the case may be. But in the other case with the narcissist, it's just sex. It's just a pleasure. That's it. He will do this with any woman. And as far as the guys, whatever, you know, with a woman or whatever, you know, sex is more of a thing where it could be the same way. It could be a pleasure. But a woman know, you know, especially a narcissist woman or so, a woman narcissist know that sex, it could be a power. They know they have power, a lot of power in sex. It could work the same with a narcissistic guy, but it's very effective with a woman because a narcissistic woman know they could will a man in a lot of manipulative ways with sex. So they will do this with anybody. So don't take any of this to heart or whatever. They out there doing the same thing or whatever. It ain't nothing special. It's not anything special to them. They don't have no respect for themselves. So how can you respect anything? I mean, sorry about that. How can you respect anyone who don't have any respect for themselves? So if they out doing what they doing that, and they'll do this with everybody. So no one's special to them. So there wasn't anything wrong with you, or there ain't anything unattractive about you. It's just this person, you know. They don't know how to, I sort of want to say, you know, keep their pants around their, you know, around their waist or so. That's just these people, and that's how they roll. No matter what type of miracles or whatever you probably had done in the bedroom, whatever, it's no pleasing these people all the way around the board or so. So just keep that in mind as far as where the obsessed, you know, where this obsession thing, how to not be obsessed over it, because everything ain't always what it seems. And I will repeat that. Everything ain't always what it seems to be or whatever. The narcissist ain't out there having no good time or doing this and doing that. You may see it, but trust and believe the narcissist with you, on the other hand, you could sit down and you could be by yourself and you could discover and explore who you are within you. There's a lot of things you love about yourself. There's a lot of good qualities you have about yourself. You can do that. The narcissist can't. And if they can't do that with themselves, how would they ever do this or have a good relationship with someone else when all they busy tearing everybody down? So hopefully this video then helps someone out. Thank you for watching this video. I'll try to cover everything the best I can in this video. It's more to cover, but I just basically just went over just different type of things or so that just came to my head or so. So thank you very much, people. Keep your minds and your heart protected. Thank you for watching this video, and you have a good day.